If you want to live a life full of peace, blessings, and purpose, God is warning you right now, stay away from these people. They are the hidden thieves of your destiny, and ignoring this warning could cost you everything. Every great journey in life requires wisdom, not just about the world around you, but about the people you allow into your life. And today, God is speaking directly to you, urging you to take a hard look at the company you keep, because not everyone who smiles at you wishes you well. Some are sent to test your faith, others to drain your energy, and some to pull you far from the path God has laid out for you. The question is, are you listening? God's voice is often gentle, but when it comes to protecting your soul and your destiny, His warnings are urgent and clear. In this message, you will learn about the types of people God commands you to stay away from. Those who bring chaos instead of peace, negativity instead of light, and distractions instead of focus. If you truly want to walk in God's favor, you must not ignore these signs. Your life is sacred, your purpose is divine, and your blessing depends on the choices you make about who you allow near your heart. First, there are the energy thieves. These are the people who suck the life out of you without even realizing it. They come with constant complaints, drama, and negativity. You leave conversations with them feeling drained, anxious, or confused. God tells you to distance yourself from energy thieves because your energy is your most valuable asset. It fuels your creativity, your faith, and your ability to serve others. When you allow energy thieves to linger, they slow your progress and cloud your vision. You're meant to walk in light and peace, not exhaustion and confusion. Then there are the doubters. These people don't believe in your dreams. When you share your vision, they laugh, discourage, or dismiss you. Their words cut deeper than you realize because they plant seeds of doubt in your heart. God commands you to stay away from doubters. You are a child of God, created with a divine purpose. Doubters want you to forget that. They want you to settle for less. But your faith is your armor. Protect it fiercely. When you surround yourself with believers, people who uplift and inspire, you create a shield against negativity and fear. Next, watch out for the fake friends. Not everyone who calls themselves a friend is truly on your side. Fake friends are there for the good times, but vanish when things get tough. They gossip behind your back and celebrate your failures. God says do not ignore the warning signs of fake friends. True friendship is rare and precious. It's built on trust, loyalty, and honesty. Fake friends chip away at your self-worth and distract you from your calling. Recognize them early and don't be afraid to walk away. There are also manipulators, masters of control who use guilt, charm, or lies to get what they want. Manipulators don't respect boundaries. They exploit your kindness and twist your words. God warns you to keep your distance from manipulators. Your mind and heart are sacred. Protect them like treasure. Manipulators create confusion and pain, and their influence can lead you away from God's plan. Envious people are another group to avoid. Envy is a silent poison. Envious people can't celebrate your success. They compare, criticize, and try to bring you down to their level. God commands you to stay away from envy. Your blessings are not their failures. When you distance yourself from envy, you make room for gratitude, joy, and growth. Negative influencers also demand your attention. They focus only on what's wrong, the problems, the obstacles, the limits. They cloud your vision with pessimism and fear. God instructs you to avoid negative influencers. Your mind is powerful. Fill it with hope, faith, and positive expectations. Negative influencers try to chain your spirit, but you were born to soar. Lastly, there are the distractors. These people pull your attention away from what matters most: your purpose, your faith, your goals. They demand time and energy with no intention of giving back. God's message is clear: guard your time against distractors. Your time is a gift from God. Spend it wisely with those who nurture your spirit and encourage your growth. You might wonder why God is so strict about this. Why can't He just tell you to be kind and patient with everyone? The truth is, kindness doesn't mean opening your heart to destruction. God wants you to walk in wisdom. He knows the spiritual battle around you. The enemy uses people to derail your destiny, to steal your peace, and to keep you stuck. When God warns you to stay away, it's because He is protecting you from spiritual harm. Remember, not everyone who smiles is your ally. Some are undercover agents of chaos, sent to test your faith and your resolve. God gives you spiritual discernment, but it requires practice and faith to use it. Ask yourself, do I feel drained or uplifted after being with this person? Do they encourage my growth or hold me back? Are they trustworthy and loyal in good times and bad? Do they respect my boundaries and values? Can I be my authentic self around them? If the answer is no to any of these questions, it's time to reconsider their place in your life. Choosing to stay away from these toxic influences isn't easy. It may feel lonely or even heartless at times. But God promises that when you follow His guidance, doors will open, peace will fill your heart, and your life will align with His divine plan. You will find yourself surrounded by people who inspire, support, and love you for who you truly are. Your blessings will multiply, your faith will deepen, and your purpose will shine brighter than ever. Ignoring these warnings can have serious consequences. Toxic relationships can drain your spiritual energy, cloud your judgment, distract you from your purpose, cause emotional and mental pain, and block your blessings. God doesn't want that for you. He desires your success, peace, and joy. Setting boundaries is an act of faith and self-love. Pray for wisdom and courage. Identify relationships that need reevaluation. Communicate your needs honestly and respectfully. Distance yourself when necessary without guilt. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. God's warnings are not to punish you, but to protect you. You are on a sacred journey, and the people you allow near you can either build or break your destiny. Now that you understand who to stay away from, it's time to learn how to strengthen your spiritual discernment and protect your heart with wisdom. Discernment is a gift from God, but like any gift, it must be cultivated. It doesn't come from being judgmental or harsh. It comes from quieting your mind, listening to God's voice, and trusting the feelings He places in your heart. When you meet new people, pay attention to your spirit's response. If something feels off, even if you can't explain it right away, trust that feeling. Your intuition is a divine compass, and God often uses it to warn you before your mind can rationalize a situation. Prayer is your most powerful tool. Ask God to reveal the true nature of the people around you. Pray for protection against deception and for clarity to see the hidden motives that may lie beneath friendly faces. Meditate on scriptures that remind you of God's protection and guidance. Passages like Psalm 91 and Proverbs 3-5-6 can strengthen your faith and calm your fears. Also, remember that boundaries are a form of respect for yourself and others. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you are unkind or unforgiving. It means you value your spiritual health and the mission God has placed on your life. When people try to cross your boundaries, gently but firmly remind them of your limits. Those who respect your boundaries are the ones meant to stay. Those who push against them are not. Sometimes, distancing yourself from toxic people means making tough choices. You might have to step back from family members, longtime friends, or colleagues who don't support your growth. This can be painful, but God promises to fill those spaces with new connections that honor your calling. Surround yourself with people who pray with you, encourage your dreams, and help you stay grounded in faith. These relationships are your spiritual fortress. Keep in mind that isolation isn't the goal. Connection is. But connection with the right people. People who lift you up, challenge you to be better, and celebrate your victories. People who will hold your hand through struggles without draining your spirit. As you grow in discernment, you will notice a shift. Your social circle will shrink, but your quality of relationships will soar. This is part of God's refining process. He is pruning your life so that you can flourish. In this season, be patient with yourself and trust God's timing. You might still encounter people who want to pull you back into old patterns. When this happens, remember the power of no. Saying no to toxic influences is saying yes to your destiny. Be aware of how you speak about these people. Negative talk keeps you tied to their energy. Instead, release them with love and forgiveness. Forgiveness frees your heart, but that doesn't mean you must keep toxic people close. Your peace is non-negotiable. Another practical step is to fill your mind with positivity daily. Listen to uplifting music, read inspirational books, and consume content that feeds your faith. Guarding your mind is as important as guarding your heart. Negativity is contagious, but so is faith and hope. Remember, God designed you to thrive, not just survive. You were created to walk in abundance, joy, and divine purpose.